Hi and welcome to my webinar. My name is Styliana Sindall and I am a Business Development Manager for the manufacturing team at Symmetry. Today I'm going to be talking about manufacturing post-COVID and how business can survive, improve and thrive. So manufacturing in the UK has often been criticised for its slow way of adopting new ways of thinking and working. According to Industry Europe magazine, although Industry 4.0 has almost been around for a decade, only 20% of manufacturers were said to rate themselves prepared for it, with many being extremely slow adopters of AI, machine learning and emerging tech. This puts manufacturers at risk of losing out on business in the future to smaller, more agile companies. Since March 2020, engineering has taken a big leap. And nowadays, design engineers and leaders have a much stronger understanding of modern software and ways that it can support them. However, most manufacturers are still working at 25 to 50% of their full capacity. So you can see here on the screen, we have the Industry 1, Industry 2.0, Industry 3.0, and where we are right now, which is Industry 4.0. So concentration on Internet of Things, cyber, physical systems. If you take a step back, we were looking at automation back in Industry 3.0. What have manufacturers faced in the past 18 to 24 months? Firstly, a lot of remote working. When we were in and out of various lockdowns, the workspace was out of bounds for many of us, which meant IT, designers and management were largely working from home, and suddenly we're expected to figure out how to communicate on a daily basis, how to share ideas, notes, drawings and making decisions. For some companies, it was a struggle to work remotely, and for others, they jumped straight into making changes. Some of these changes will help them in the future to continue this way of working. Furlough, reduced operating hours and global supply shortages were a reality, and many businesses had to adapt to developing new products quickly in order to survive. One thing businesses need to focus on is stopping the reluctance to add data to the cloud. Manufacturing has been slow to adopt cloud due to concerns about cloud storage versus on-premise security, even though cloud is used globally within banks, Amazon, etc. Cloud software is always an improvement and is less expensive than the on-premise solutions out there. With the amount of manufacturing data being hacked every year, it is now the time to start using cloud for that extra security. Engineering leaders know this data is valuable, but very few manufacturers have developed plans in how to use this data to automate workflows. That takes the focus to targeted technology solutions to address specific pains within the business. Learning from the crisis and identifying pain points across operations in order to eliminate these through effective use of tech, looking at short-term and long-term transformation opportunities. Manufacturers have become afraid of buzzwords such as digital transformation or smart manufacturing. To them, it seems like such a big leap and an expensive exercise, but is actually something that can be approached and broken down into smaller chunks. The pandemic has allowed manufacturers time to educate themselves and focus on the more urgent or important problems. Solutions to workflow and process enhancements is the correct way forward. Supply chain interruptions have shined a light on the weaknesses and tech limitations within this industry. Lean manufacturing isn't just about minimizing waste, reducing costs and improving efficiency. It is more about enhancing the value delivered to your end customer. At the end of the day, the customer needs to be fulfilled. With ERP, MRP systems in place, leveraging up-to-date data and taking advantage of data insights, manufacturers can improve customer satisfaction, plan for a better future, react faster to changing industry dynamics, global changes and surges in demand. A reactive approach to manufacturing causes the same problems time and time again. It reduces the time you have available, is tiring for engineers and not sustainable in the long term. Old-fashioned manufacturing trends actually put companies at a big disadvantage, and there is a growing gap between traditional factories and smart digital factories. Labour costs have increased, consumer behaviours are changing, and therefore performing more efficiently requires more autonomous or automated operations. Good workers are much harder to find due to the pandemic-driven shift, which has given them more options to choose from. Clean, modern factories with sophisticated tech and equipment is more attractive to young people, and with a focus on environmental, social and governance, people are choosing to work for companies with a focus on the environment. Making small changes can help businesses attract and retain better staff, and the use of automated tasks to free up staff time, helping to optimise your costs. Now more than ever, companies need to think outside the box and consider how technology can enable flexible reporting, automation and real-time data. Survive, recover and thrive. Survive and become flexible. Businesses may have reduced numbers of employees and reduced production capacity. Manufacturers who were relying on paper or on-premise solutions had their first challenges with remote employees. Thinking of how to become more flexible with your employees is a first step. Can manufacturers use a design data management software that allows staff to collaborate and communicate off-site? Can a business automate tasks that previously needed a lot of manual input from staff, such as automating CAM for your CNC machines? Recover with less firefighting. Just because things are changing doesn't mean the world has to go back to how things were before. COVID and Brexit may be felt for a long time, and some staff will be working from home indefinitely. Many people feel the work-life balance suits them, and this is their new preferred way of working. Sites may be running with reduced staff whilst people test positive for COVID. With energy and fuel prices increasing and ongoing issues such as shortages of materials, manufacturers should be continuing to improve. It is best in this situation to plan for the new and normal rather than adding more temporary solutions, moving from firefighting to more long-term tactical solutions. If you run a business or work in the engineering team, maybe ask yourself a few of the following questions and have a little look on the screen while I go through them. Do we have the correct tools available for employees to work remotely? How do our current tech limitations impact productivity? Where are the gaps in our data and understanding our performance? Where can we improve operations? What software could we be using to help us automate tasks? And thrive. The biggest lesson is how to transform digitally to a better way of working. Pre-pandemic, it was generally lower priority to company budgets, but now is being pushed to the forefront of investments, especially for companies who realised early on in the pandemic that their IT infrastructure was weak. Not only should businesses be automating, but also optimising processes, given on the shop floor. The results are agility, resilience, and becoming top of your game. A digital, greener, and more sustainable economy will emerge as companies transform and will help push manufacturing to the centre stage in the UK. The government should look at supporting this movement by recognising UK manufacturing as a critical sector, help to power a digital future using data, encourage and reward manufacturers for pushing towards a green digital economy, and develop a national skills task force. Thank you everyone for your time, and I would invite you in the meantime to ask yourself what small changes and steps you could make. What areas of the business are keeping you awake or causing you headaches? Are your staff currently satisfied and up to date with the latest training and trends, or could you be reaching out for help to consultants or software providers? Are there ways that you could make small steps towards automation? On the screen, you will find some Symmetry contacts if you wish to reach out to us and talk about any of the above topics, or if you would be interested in a design or business process review. Thank you. Take care.